so much for joining us today. As above, so below, we are talking about Jupiterian energy. This is the day of Mafedi Fun Oya. And to my brothers and sisters in EFA, if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. I'm the chief of these Indians. I want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. Universal laws are taught on this platform. I'm gearing to Christian people that are practicing the ATRS. Those are African traditional religions. And to all of those that left the church and don't want to have nothing to do, don't blame you. With the church, you still got church in you. This platform, this teaching today is going to really help many of you guys. What's up there, Jeremy? My salutations to you as well. They go my Stormy in the house. Sagittarius, what from? Detroit. To each and every one of you guys, this teaching right here is going to hit home for a lot of you guys. What's up, the GOAT? Is that my Cassandra? My Capricorn. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that wished my Padrino on yesterday a happy birthday. Thank you so very much for showing him some love, and I appreciate that to each and every one of you guys. On today, I want to say first of all thank you and hello to my Madrina and to my Padrino and to my Oba, to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, and Palo, Mystic and Ajay, whether you're an atheist, whether you're a shaman, whether you're a mystic, whether you're a conjurer, whether you're an OB worker, or whether you are just out here learning about magic. This is the live for you because this is teaching universal laws, and universal laws are applicable to each and every one of us. I want to say first of all, also thank you to how you guys have been supporting me and how you have been being patient and just supporting what we're doing on this platform. And I want to talk about some stuff. What's up, Mama Susan? All right, Gemini. Roof, roof. I'm on my day of power. I'm out here conjuring. I am not an artist. Hey, I just came from TikTok. My question was, why do I keep having dreams about past lovers? We haven't. One of the things that you have to understand about energy, this is what people, no matter what your particular practice, if you don't forget this, it'll help you from here on out. Always remember, energy is never destroyed. Energy is transformed or transmuted. When we are intimate or sexual with somebody, we create an energetic cord with that individual. And even if it takes almost a full year for that energetic cord to dissipate. If you are having continual sex with somebody, the more you have sex with that individual and the better that sex is, the more orgasms you have with that sex, the stronger the connection is. Okay? And so therefore people feel like because they're no longer physically being intimate or connected to that person, that because they are no longer in the same space or places, that doesn't remove. This is why spiritual work has to be done in order to cut those cords, and depending on whether those cords were created magically or were those and any form of sex is still magic. You don't have to burn candles, burn incense to do. If you having sex, you're doing magic. End of story. The phallus and the vagina is the magical tools. You know, that's what we use in any form of ATR. The Ankh in Egyptology. So just mere sex is magic. Mere sex is magic. All right? I hope that answers. What's up there, Linda Green? My Scorpio. Georgia. You're quite welcome. Now, I don't think that everybody in the church that's pastoring, preaching to people, intentionally deceive people. I don't believe that. I believe that most people that come to the church came looking for God, looking for something. I do realize that everybody coming to church ain't looking for God. They're looking for a man, a husband, or something like that. But a lot of people just come to the church because they have some type of issue going on and they're looking for some type of resolution. And so based off of that that concept, just because you entered into your spiritual journey out of a need, out of a lack, out of a hurt, doesn't mean that that's all that God or Goddess has to offer. And depending on what that particular church that you went to, what did they have to offer? Just like every cemetery does, even though you have souls that are in that cemetery, they all do not do the same type of working. Every cemetery ain't the same. Every church ain't the same. And so depending on what type of energy was ruling that particular body of people, whether that was a water sign, an earth sign, a fire sign, or air sign, what type of gifts were operating in that church, what type of teaching, was it a government funded? What I mean by government funded, there are certain rules and regulation when you are funded by government, that the type of structure, was it a Pentecostal church? Did they have higher ups where they couldn't teach or preach what they wanted to? They had information that was given to them to teach and preach. And so all of this matters, because it's no different than who formulated your education. And a lot of us got hurt because a lot of these people were carbon copies of somebody they idolized. And when you're not able to operate in your true authentic energy, frequency, and vibration, then you cannot do justice to any of us, because we are here to experience the God that's in your life, or the God that's in your life. And if you're trying to be someone else, then I'm getting a watered down version of that other person that you admire, that you learn from. Is y'all understanding what I'm saying? In the church hurt that I got is because when I grew up in the church. On my mom's side, church, Sunday school, church. On my dad's side, Sunday school, church, then come back for night church. So I grew up in church. But most of us, when we grew up in church, most of our loved ones, when they got into trouble, they always had a psychic, a root worker, a conjurer, or somebody else they went and see. Most people, most black melanated people, whether they want to admit it or not, they always had people that they went to see about themselves, because they never expected the church, even though the church is supposed to represent God and God able to see all, be all, they'll listen to all that, but somewhere in themselves they knew that pastor or that preacher talking about that did not have that power, or they did not trust that pastor or that teacher or that preacher with their business. However, whatever reason is, their spirituality was conducted very differently. And so you grew up living a contradiction. That's why it's very easy for certain people to cheat, because they grow up understanding that I don't have to necessarily get what I need from my man or woman. I can go outside of my man or woman, because they watch their parents do it in the church. They like hypocrisy to the 10th level is what most of us grew in. Do as I say, not as I do. And so therefore you had absolutely no problem living like that, or believing that was the correct way to operate in your energy. And so being able to go back to my true essence, understand who I am as a Sagittarian, this is why I can never be against the church and the concept, because Sagittarians rule religion, philosophy, and there's a lot of wisdom in that. And every zodiac house, there's something that each one of those energies has something to offer each and every one of us. And so just because it was distorted, just because it was hijacked, just because it was diluted because of somebody else's selfish ambition, it doesn't take away from what it was originally designed for. And so therefore, how can I understand how the universe is to be to me when I don't understand my energy or my frequency or my vibration is to myself? A lot of things that I try to do with people is to help them, not me, help them renew their minds based off of their energy, their frequency, their vibration. You understand? I can listen to music every single day and not listen to country music. I can listen to music every single day and not listen to opera music. And live my whole life and never heard these other genres of music. Energy is the same way. Power, frequency, and vibration is the same way. And so when I got into a dilemma, when my family went to the federal government came in and busted my family, I ran to the church. That was a natural thing. But the church did not embrace me because they already had a problem with the practices of the ATRS. Now, let me explain something to y'all about pastors and church people. They are taught very young how to be a hypocrite. I'm not condoning it. I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling you how TI is. Being honest and real. What's up, Boss Brave? What's up, Unveiling Am? Let me tell y'all something. It is easier to tell the truth in a whorehouse, a gambling house, even an outhouse, than to tell the truth in the house of God. Okay? Most people are not sitting in the church looking for truth. They say they're serving the God of truth. They say they serve the God of light, but they're not there to listen. I always explain people like this. They say train up a child in the way that it should go. You can teach somebody about love and do unto others as you would have them do, but the training that they try anything they were taught. If you can sit down and listen to a loving message and go out here and mistreat somebody every single day because that's your training. If you are trained to look at this woman as a piece of meat, that's just what you're going to do. If you are trained, is your Cash App name the same in your bio? My Cash App is $ Apostle Ely. Yeah. So when you get readings or you go, like when you go to church, like just like it matters who's doing your reading or who's doing your conjure, it matters who's training you. It's training your way you think. Anybody that understands science, that a child from the time of conception until 7, 8 years old, they're in what they call their formative year. They're being formed. A lot of us are being molded into a way of thinking and a way of believing. And a lot of your hurt is because you trying to fight against some bad training. You trying to fight against, you trying to embrace the ATRS, but a part of you think it's the devil or it's a demon or it's demonic. And so therefore, how can you truly embrace primordial energy, dark matter, the carbon energy, when everything you were trained about it was negative? When you see the color black or you see somebody like me dressing in a different attire, we automatically assume that it is something that it is not because of our training. I had one of my members, and I love her honesty about it. She said, Apostle, she said, if it wasn't for how I saw you display voodoo, if I would have even heard that word, I would have went the other way. Because of her training. And there's still moments where it's a struggle. Because this is why it matters when some people say, well, oh, no, it does matter who teaches you and what type of example and what kind of training you get. Because it can either help you manifest what God has done, designed for your life, or it can hinder your whole walk. Here we go with the realness. Yeah. What's up there, Monique 444? Church hurt because of the ATRs. And let me explain something to y'all. People have no problem. This is what I think what confuses people. Just like a woman can lay down with you and not have it for you. People in here, they will go to root workers, conjurers, mystics, AJ, shaman, and get in them pulpit and preach fire, hell, and brimstone. And they could just have left and got their cleansing done. They could just have left and got their protection stuff done. It does not mess with their psyche to realize that that is a contradiction. They don't see them people as men and women of God. They see them as somebody to help me get out of something, not as an extension of God. They don't see them as sheep, not of my fold. They don't see them as other extensions of the divine mother, the divine father. They don't see them as other vessels that God has for us in order for us to get the things that we need. They see them outside of the church. They don't see them in the house of God. Okay? Bethel. And so therefore, that type of training, that type of ideology, that kind of mindset, being raised up with that. So you have your candle on top of your altar, but a part of your subconscious, you don't think that's of God. You can come here and thank me all day long and say, oh my God, Apostle, you did this for me, blah, 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 and still walk away and sit up under somebody to preach against what I do. And that don't bother you. The same way you would lay up under another man that's not your husband or not your wife, same way you'll be in a relationship with somebody that is you're not in relationship with to get your needs met. People do it all day long and then turn around and then wonder why you get hurt. because of the training. Hold on, y'all. Purple, blue. When you get out here and you really trying to grow and you trying to figure out, why am I attracted to the ATRs? The first problem I had with why you attracted to the ATR, because the ATRs are you. You are the essence by which the ATRs exist. Okay? And so whether that ATR is hoodoo, voodoo, juju, obeah, conjure, Kabbalah, it don't matter. You are the extension. You are the extension of that energy. And because the church really doesn't believe that God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, they preach it, but when they see God outside of their experience, they don't recognize it. I'm going to say that again. When they see God, or God is outside of their experience, they don't recognize it. Because if God does not show up in the format or in the programming that they have received it, then they can't see God beyond that. This is why the age of Aquarius is so important. Will I be paying last tech the lady I met in February? I just got through paying her this month $1,500, and how she disappeared on me. Okay. Let me say something to y'all. Just like in a relationship, just like in the church, just because everybody's smiling, let me tell y'all something. All of my stuff is legal. We are blinded by our needs. And a lot of us, just like relationships, some of us can't even afford to be in relationships that we're in. Some of us are embracing people like in the church world. I always tell people, when you go to church, do not leave your common sense in the car. When you go to a spiritualist, you do not leave your common sense in the car. Because if they're there to help you, I never force my clientele base into purchase. I tell them what I see. I tell them what I have to offer. And I let a grown man. That's why I say I never have cheering church. Grown people make decisions. I don't believe in spending money. I believe in investing money. Okay? I cannot speak for other people. I can speak for myself. Because I found myself people have said some things like that about me, and I don't care for that. So out of respect, because sometimes, and I'm gonna say this about us, just like in the church, because we learned this from the church too. We talk about people like we don't fit that mold. I'm gonna say that again. We talk about other people and their experience as though we do not fit that mold. So I first consider myself before I speak, so I could be in the same predicament. And I'm gonna I'm a client, I'm a godson, I'm on both sides of that. I'm bi-spiritual. I'm on both sides of the fence because I have a padrino and I also have spiritual children, and I eventually will have God kids through my Ocha or whatever. But my thing is, I understand both sides. I have paid for ceremonies, and people have paid me for ceremonies. So I do understand. But what I am asking, no matter what your experience is that you got to build a relationship with your ancestors, your eguns, your moetos, and trust them in relationship. And a lot of times we are seeking help outside of self. Even if your ancestors send you to get help from somebody else, at least it's your ancestors leading you to them. And so that you're trusting your ancestors to guide you to a particular person, place, or thing. And therefore your ancestors are going to guide you and speak up. It costs money to do real conjuring. I don't care where. The reason why, another thing that causes us church hurt is because as soon as we hear Jesus paid it all, we think that something is free. That is the biggest deception. And I want y'all to think about this. If it's all about serving God, as the church say, right? That's why I keep it real in my church. How they gonna pay bills? They got these the Catholic Church got these swearing to poverty and all stuff, but they taking their stuff. That they not giving their property, their bank accounts to the government. The church is assuming the mass of that wealth. So why are the churches assuming wealth when we claim that everything for free? If God paid it all, no, that's because it's not the truth. Energy out, energy in. You have to give back to the universe, Mother Nature, wherever you get that arche, that energy from. And so therefore, I don't start out with the lie, so I don't have to tell the lie. I don't pretend that God gonna pay the light bill at the church, or God gonna pay the rent or the mortgage. I don't play games like that. You can call it tithe, you can call it offering, you can call it whatever you want to, but it got to be something where these banks will be able to say, okay, your bill is paid. That the light, you understand? A lot of the informal lying that goes on in the church, we also bring it into the ATR. We try to make like something. There's nothing for free. But when I look at money as currency. That's how I teach it. I sow abundantly, therefore I reap abundantly. I tell all people, no matter where you are in this thing called resource, if you're out here and you are sowing sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly. I don't care who you were going to, you could be in a mansion, you're going to bring poverty inside your mansion. You can have a good relationship, you're going to bring scarcity in that relationship. Because you might have money, but you have scarcity when it comes to compassion and when it comes to love or joy or some good freaking. At the end of the day, it's scarcity. So energy matters. But a lot of the things that I have found that because I practice the ATRs, that a lot of church folks don't fool with me. Some of it's out of fear, but some of it's because they don't want to be revealed. They don't want their members looking at them, looking at me. Okay, he's openly saying he practiced in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, and Palo, Kabbalah, and all these other ATR. A lot of what he doing look like what you doing. And it's hard to explain to a child that your fried chicken don't smell like they fried chicken. It's very hard when you put these operations together and people start, wait a minute, Pastor, you prophesying, yeah, but you doing some of the same thing he doing. And he's saying that he is doing hoodoo. He's saying he doing juju. He's saying he doing OP. Because just because you package it up different don't make it different. Just here to tell you the truth. A lot of us, we done got hurt. That's undeniable. But why we got hurt? Because we were looking for something for nothing. We want to hear that all you got to do is pray. We want to hear that out of all this stuff we done did for the last 15 years, all I got to do is come in your church, jump and holler and scream, and spin around 7 times as though I'm walking around Jericho, and all those yokes going to just fall to the... We want to believe it just that easy. And in reality, if we understood the concept of energy and frequency, we would know it wasn't that easy. Nobody going to tell me something when I got my common sense. You're not going to just tell me no anything. I don't care who you are. Even if it's something that I don't understand. 1 + 1 going to come up to 2. I'm going to say that again. A lot of the hurt that we receive in the church is because we are looking for something for nothing. We want to keep everything for ourselves, but we want something for nothing. Do all ATRs have different beliefs, or do they all believe in the same thing but a different way? If that makes that makes sense. All ATRs have, every form of magic has a universal truth weaved in. Without those concepts, magic cannot manifest. So believing is still a part of every a type of faith, a type of trust. A lot of people tell you, oh, you don't need trust. Faith is training wheels, in my opinion. Faith is believing into something until you realize that you are the understanding of the energy. That now that I understand that the kingdom is in me. See, there was a time that I was like a lot of you guys and asking God for strength to climb the rough side of the mountain. Because those are the songs that were being played. When I realized that I could speak to the mountain and I took that same energy, renewed my mind, instead of getting that going to that same God, that same energy and getting power for strength. Then I realized I can, because I didn't doubt in my heart, the very words I spoke would come to pass. Now I'm utilizing life and death in my tongue to speak to that mountain and be removed. So it's utilizing the same energy through a different channel. And look at ATRS like a gym. There's different equipments in the gym. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that people get church hurt. People trying to follow me and they don't believe in the church. My foundation is the church. You cannot learn my magic if you don't understand my foundation. And if you don't understand the concept of the church and its influence on society, then how can you really practice the art? This is why people tell you in hoodoo, how can you practice true hoodoo without the Bible? Because the basis of a lot of the hoodoo that they did utilize scriptures out of the Bible. You can't call something and say you're practicing something and you don't have the tools. So when you step into the gym, if you're trying to work on your legs, you're trying to work on your back, you're trying to work on your ankles, you're trying to work on your arm, whatever it is that you're practicing. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you another reason why we get hurt in the church. Might not want to hear this. We love to hear somebody our enemy or somebody jealous of us. We don't like it. We love it. People make money off a whole lot of people telling them that somebody jealous of them or somebody throwing at them. You know why? Because it makes you feel better that your life fucked up because somebody fucking it up. You don't want to accept the fact that your life look like it is because that you get up every morning and you work very hard to keep it that way. I'm going to say that again. The only reason why you want to hear about what somebody doing to you because you need somebody to blame for the decisions that you yourself have made and the reality that you live. You get up every day, every 24 hours that God allows you to be on this side. You get up and you keep that reality going. The very reality you say you want out of. But when somebody offers you a key to get out of, you fight them. When somebody offers you a solution to resolve it, you fight them. When somebody offers you an opportunity, you purposely miss the bus. Oh, there go my eldest son. Understand, you can come across. You can cross all your teeth and still take exactly. The thing about it is, the moment a man or woman realizes if you go to college, you can only teach your part. When you're standing there and you got somebody talking to you as though they're giving you the absolute angle, 360 degree circumference of that particular subject matter, that's a delusion right there. I can only teach what God had. The revealed things belong to man, but the hidden thing belong to God. So except God reveal a divine energy, a divine mother reveal something to me, how can I teach? That's why I know that a lot of these people that watch me full of shit, because I'm only 50 years old, about to be 51. The wisdom, the knowledge that I share, I ain't lived long enough to be able to break this stuff down except it be given. That's why he said it to Simon Peter. Flesh and blood have not revealed this to you, but my Father which is in heaven. A lot of these spiritual people know that the only way that I have the capacity to be teaching like I'm teaching and as regular as I teach and as much information as I give, it has to be coming from the divine, because that's not humanly possible. This man ain't even lived that long to teach and be able to operate at that level. That means the divine put him there. And to admit that the divine put him there, that means that I know that I'm fighting against God, the divine mother. That's all it means. Some people want you to pretend that they calling people, and that's another thing. Demonizing. Let me teach y'all something. Demonizing people is a weak way but a very powerful way of justifying bad behavior and bad treatment to human beings. What's up there, Prince in the house? Much love, Scorpio from Atlanta. Let me say that again. We have learned in the church that if I make you to be the devil, it justifies my mistreatment, bad behavior towards you. And we take that right out the church and we go to hoodoo. We take that right out the church and we go into voodoo. We take that right out of the church and go into conjure. We take that right out of the church and go into Ifa. Your training makes, and when you make somebody the enemy, it justifies to your mind that it's okay for me to lie, mistreat this individual, and they deserve what they're getting because I have labeled them as the enemy. I have demonized them. Huh? Why can't we just agree to disagree? Huh? I'm going to tell you another thing. And y'all, I know Christians, they do not like to hear this. The God that we serve loves sex. I'm going to say it again. The God that we serve loves sex. The God that most black American people serve up under, the white Jesus, he was a homosexual man. In my opinion, he was a bottom. Don't make him no less or no more than a man, but that's my perception. He's a bottom. Okay? They Jesus. Now, always remember, the very thing that somebody try to control about you, you always have to ask, why do they want to control who you sleep with? Huh? No, don't make it about disease. Because you can be a clean hoe. And you can still sleep until the day you die and never get a disease. That ain't it. It's your energy. It's your sexual energy. Because a part of your sexual energy is your sexuality. A part of your sexuality is your sexiness, how you feel about yourself. When somebody say, I feel sexy, that means they feel love. They feel wanted. They feel desired. See, when somebody controls that energy, that's why it's Scorpio rules the genitals. Huh? It is a place of power. It is a place of life and death. See, when you understand what your Scorpio energy or where that energy is, when somebody understands sexual energy and they do it responsibly, now they can open up road. This is why we use that energy to be a road opener. Huh? That's why my road opener is the color of orange, the color of the sacral chakra. Because I understand vibration, frequency, and energy, and I understand the colors. Huh? The rainbow goddess. So when we understand that, whether you an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, or Kumi, the reason I'm not having sexual intimacy because I'm not trying to share my ache with nobody. It ain't because I don't feel horny. That's a natural response of the human body, especially when you're healthy. Huh? When a man wakes up in the morning, he's harder than a rock. He's healthy. There's nothing perverted about that. Huh? That is the phallus. That is him directing energy upward. Notice that when a man is erect, it is upward. I don't care if it got a crook in it. I don't care if it got a bend in it. I don't care if it's tied in a bow. It's still going upward. I hope this helping y'all. When you are in the church and they are constantly trying to control your sexual energy, that means they're controlling the doors and the opportunities in your life. If you understood the energy behind your sexual organs, then you would understand that it is a manipulation. Those are your fluids. If you understood your fluids, then you would understand the flow of energy. But you don't. Because all you feel, and let me tell y'all ladies something about us. Whether he gay, whether he's straight, or whether he bi. If a man is a visual creature, go ask your pastor this. Especially if it's a man. My members ain't going to ask me that because they already know how I think. If a man sees you as a whore, whether you make him wait a month, a week, an hour, or 6 years, when he's sticking you, he see a whore. When a man see you as his wife, you can be a whore. All he see is his wife. You can be the biggest liar in the world. He see a truth teller. Men are visual creatures. That means whatever vision they got, they say without a vision, the people perish. When they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that's why when a man got your eye, when he see you like that, it don't matter what his boys say, don't matter what his mama say, don't matter what his daddy say. He already see you in a certain light. This is why it upsets me when women are out there competing with the other woman. What women don't understand about a man, he not having sex with y'all for the same reason. Just like you don't go to the river for saltwater fish, and you don't go to the ocean for freshwater fish. A man know where he's sticking his pole at. No matter which hole he putting it in. Whether he turn out the lights or whether he keep them on, he know where he's sticking. So all them lies you lying on the other woman or the other man, them all lies. Those are all lies. But you learn how to lie. You learn how to lie like that in the church. Sitting up in the church with your short skirt on, trying to get pastor to look up under your skirt. He saw your moon pie when you first walked in. You don't have to sit down and open your leg for a man to see your moon pie. He already see it up here. The greatest porn factory is right here. Huh? Some of y'all worried about what your man watching on television or his phone or his laptop. No, this is where the pornography starts. His vision. I'm just trying to, a lot of the stuff they don't want to talk about in the church, and they don't want to be real about it in the church, and no matter how many incidents keep happening in the church, because we have learned to lie to ourselves and live in delusion. And we can do that for 10 years, we can do that for 50 years, we can do that, we can live in it and die in it. But if you are operating in the energy of Aquarius energy and thinking for yourself and putting them facts in front of you, facts don't lie. And therefore you start making better decisions. Orange. And most people don't realize you're not trying to learn magic. Magic is a lifestyle. If you get into hoodoo, voodoo, or any of these ATR, if you're really out here and you're saying, you know what, I'm tired of getting hurt. Well, a part of that, stop being unrealistic. How much time and how much energy am I willing to put in there? I keep trying to tell people things about me. They won't listen. I keep trying to tell people things about what I believe in. They won't listen. I keep trying to tell people about stuff that I'm into. They won't listen. You know why? Because they learn that behavior. And even if you didn't go to church, if you were raised by somebody that was in the church, can't nobody ignore the truth like a Christian. I'm going to say that again. Can't nobody ignore truth and facts like a Christian. There's a story in the Bible where the prophetess Anna, she lived and she wanted to see the Lord. She wanted to see the Messiah. And she went in the Bible when Jesus was 12 years old. She ended up seeing the Lord and she said she was ready to go ahead and die. If you are truly looking for truth, energy, magic, as you claim to be, it doesn't matter what shape or size it comes in. It's men out there, you don't believe that a woman is a preacher. Well, you're going to miss God. There's women out there don't believe a man can't do nothing for them. You're going to miss God. A lot of the mindsets that a lot of us have is just as toxic as the people that we claim to be getting away from. And if you're running from the church, from the behavior, or if you're running from the church for the very behavior that you're now experiencing in Ifa voodoo, because most of these people, it's like a hoe. Let me talk about myself. So to keep you from lying to yourself today on my day of power, I'm going to talk about me. My family, my uncle was so hoish, that I was an upcoming hoe. Just join. Thank you for joining. I was an upcoming hoe. So I thought by hoeing further out traveling further out. I even went outside the state and still was running into hoes that they don't hold with. That people with resources get around. I'm going to say it again to all of y'all that are a little slow. You can run all you want, but you can't run from you. If you are taking the same training, the same mindset from one religious structure, from one sect of people to the next, all you doing is recreating. This is why in Miami we call certain areas Little Havana or Little Haiti, because you could take the country out you could take the pig out the country, but you cannot take if you got church in you and you done been hurt in the church, wherever you go, you're going to still have that same mindset. Those ideals that you have, you are still going to be in other spaces behaving badly and justifying that behavior. Some of y'all think to this day that you own somebody. Because if you didn't think you owned somebody, you would live and let live. I don't care if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lacuma. Most of my spiritual work ain't about controlling people. Most of the spells that y'all see out there and conjure out there is always about trying to make somebody do something you want them to do because you don't want to do right by them. Most of y'all wouldn't be getting fired from jobs if you would have you. See, let me tell y'all something. When you say people lying on you, I remember something was said about me, and this is what my mama told me. Her first response was to me, "Is it true?" I said, "Is it true?" No. She said, She said, "You don't control what other people think." I'm going to say that again. She said, "If it's true, then you need to get up on yourself and correct. If you don't like what's being said about you, then you bring about the change. What we trying to do is trying to make other people say what we want them to say about us. You don't tell other people what to think or to say about you." Uh-oh. This is why you find most Christians trying to force their mindset on other people. Because I need you to see me how I want you to see me, not how I really am. That's why a lot of them jealous of me, because I'm going to be me. Ask Mother Susan when I'm on the phone. I talk the same way. Y'all have no idea how I really am, because some of y'all think I'm putting on for social media. This is really my personality. Do I cuss people out all the time? No. But will I? Yes. Some members of my church think they're so cool to cuss in front of me. I don't be saying nothing to them because I look at how they treat their parents. I don't take it as a personal disrespect to me. I take it as they disrespect themselves. Because I realize that you wasn't raised understanding that no matter how much I disagree with my parents, they still my parents. They still my foundation. And see, when you understand that, you understand magic. I don't care how hot the sun is. I don't want the sun to go out because I know my ass will freeze to death. See, when you understand how everything is connected, then you realize that it is okay to disagree. It's okay for you not to want to live your particular life the way that your parents did. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what you're trying to do is make somebody else accept what you want to do. If you want to live, if you're a man, want to live with a man, that's your business, as long as you're paying your bill. But you want somebody to accept that and pay for that. I don't know what religion, I don't know what universe you living in. What you do and you work hard for, then you do it. That's what grown people do. But why are you trying to get somebody to accept that you want to be with another woman? You don't. I don't sit around and explain to people why I'm not gonna get married again. I've been married twice. I don't. Oh, you so good looking. You this, you did that. Yes, and I'm still all of that. Just the way that I am. None of that. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all sons were doing just fine until they got with that woman. And a lot of y'all believe that y'all can make a man. And you learn that from the church. You learn that right from the pulpit. That's why I have a lot of issues that bump up a lot of time with women in the church that run their man and run their man household. Because when they get with me and get around me, they think they're going to tell me what to do. That is the worst thing to do with a real man. You know what? I have managed to put my drawers on without you. Some of y'all come into people's life and y'all assist certain things. And y'all don't know how to understand that when you with spiritual people in energy and frequency, it's like doing hoodoo. You got to know how all these different herbs and oils and whatever else you got in there are all working together for the good of that purpose. That's how you understand energy. And the reason why you're not good, ain't gonna be good in marriage, because you don't know how to work as the body of Christ. You don't know how to work as a unit. You don't know how to realize that the heart ain't got no business trying to tell the lungs what to do. The throat ain't got no business trying to tell the eyeball. Everybody got a function. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of times how the church not only hurts you because you think somebody is denying your ideas because you think you know better. When you get up in the morning, you're thinking about you. When I get up in the morning, I'm thinking about purpose. I'm thinking about what I got to do for all of these different people. Okay? People with more responsibility, I can't think like you. I can't open my mind or narrow my mind down. So when you have a mindset that you only one area of that situation you're concerned about, when I have to be concerned about the repercussion of all of my actions, because I'm also a leader and I'm also guiding people, I'm also doing conjure work for people, I'm also a UPS driver, I'm also somebody's brother, somebody's dad, I'm a lot of hats. So I can't live my life like you live your life. And I have to be an example that not only my children can be proud of, but my grandchildren and great-grandchildren, because they're going to see this after a while. And they're going to see how granddaddy get down, or great-granddaddy. And they're going to know he was a mess. But he was an honest mess. Hold on. The church has to apologize for all the damage and the poison that they have put in the community. How they have allowed to prosper in poverty yet. They talk about a God of poverty. I reinvested, even though the members of a lot of my members do not appreciate what I do. They say they do, but they don't. Because I will invest diamonds in you and you'll go and pick up a Cupid zirconia. You don't see the value in you, but you like the harvest that I bring. So you will stick around because of the harvest. But you're not trying to harvest for the overall good. That's why I know you ain't good for relationships. Because it's not about you when you're in a relationship. Whether that relationship with a man or woman, that relationship in a business, it's the church got you thinking. It's all about how you feel about a thing. That ain't what this real thing is about. Real magic is understanding universally how this affects us all. I don't worry about not getting what I need, because I already know I'm going to get what I need. Because there's a cattle on 1,000 hills. So therefore, nobody have to tell me to be patient. I tell many of my clients, like some of y'all, like I serve a lot of people, and I serve people from all around the world, all around the globe, right? Mature people, you don't have to do it. Some of y'all, Pastor, did you? So when I done told everybody I got a full-time job, I got 28 years going on 29 years at UPS. When am I supposed to eat? When am I supposed to take a dump? When am I supposed to go and pay a bill? Like you don't realize that I got a lot going on. Oh yeah, I understand that. No, you don't, because you never were raised to respect the time and the space of other people. Instead of you thanking God that I even took your case. Time to tell you. And if you're going to grow out here and you're going to do work for people, you better learn how to cleanse. Because the church done created a lot of toxic people that have left the church. Left the church. And got into the ATR. They still toxic. I ain't never had a problem, no matter where I went, finding another hope. You can find your energy wherever it is, positive or negative. Whether it's on the mountaintop or the valley low. You can't run from you. And if that's your goal, you might well go pull on the side of the road, because you ain't going to outrun you. You take you wherever you go. And if you don't resolve the issues and break some of this bad training and learning how to navigate in life, and some of this stuff, everything in the church wasn't bad and everything wasn't good. But we got to first acknowledge that a lot of the bad behavior we got that from the church. Messing with other people, men, we learned that from pastor. The male ones and the female. Because you feel like you got the anointing, that justifies you as taking. You're going to take what you want. Oh, spiritual rapist. You just going to take you some ass. Huh? And if you ain't going to take it, you're going to try to outbuy him. Outdress him. You can't get your husband because your pastor trying to get your husband. Oh, it's the truth. I don't care. I'm in the church, so you can't tell me what to say. And I got my own church. I'm legal. But a lot of this hurt that people, you demonizing people for their sexuality, sexual preferences, all that stuff we learned in church, and we just took that bad behavior from one bad relationship to another relationship. And we out here causing problems. But we calling everything the demon. But you brought that spirit right with you. I think I got that one. Whew. All right. I know they don't think this magic, but it is. That's why I tell people go watch The Karate Kid. Me, Danielson. No, you, Danielson. Me, Miyagi. I know what I'm talking about, and I know why it matters. The problem is you don't know why it matters. And you want somebody to believe that you are in the ATRS and you're into the hoodoo and voodoo for the universe. No, you ain't. You're trying to fulfill your own personal agenda at the expense of the ATRS. Just like they do in the church. They make it about God, but God, I told this one girl talking about something, I belong to God. Then why you trying to give me God's pussy? Why you trying to get on this rod when you say you belong to God? And I ain't finna get in a fight with God about his pussy. I'm a wise man. Yes. What's up, Apprehend? This is a lot. Y'all see this? So these are the things that I try to express to people that claim that they want spirituality, that they claim they want to follow me, and they want to learn, and they're going to try to make it about their Rishas, the Loas, the Nkisi, and you're going to bring that same bad behavior, that same disrespect, that same crossing boundaries. You learn all that bad behavior from the church. And most of y'all think that all of us want, all you got to do is give us some pussy and you can control us. If it was all about that, then every man on the planet would be doing right. And that's even the gay ones, because you came out some pussy. So if you came out of the place of right, you should still be able to do right. If you don't never get no pussy more while you're living on earth, you came out one. So you should be in a good, but you're not. So that can't be true. So it has a lot to do with our behavior. It has a lot to do with how we entreat one another and how we done learn how to treat one another. How we have learned how to treat one another from somebody that looks down and dehumanized us. You have taken on the same behavior as your abuser, and you don't realize that the way that you see me or see your brothers and sisters are out of the eyes of somebody that despises our very existence. The better I treat the members in the church, the worse they act. That's why I tell a lot of them they're not ready for no good man or good woman in their life. You don't have to wait till you get married to see how you behave. If you think your brother or some man in your life or some woman in your life is a good person, ask yourself how you really treat that person. Because if you don't know how to treat that person, that's the same energy that's gonna be in your husband or wife or your boyfriend. It's just ain't nothing new. And the same thing in your family, you're in the church. We'll watch somebody walk down the aisle, get married, and talk about something. I had her. I had him. That ain't gonna last. Same mindset we bring right into the ATRs. So when it comes down, hey, Florida girl, that's my sister. Gemini in the house. The church could be a beautiful place, just like E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. But when you don't understand why you hurt, you don't understand what you looking for. The worst thing that I did when I went back to the church was expecting them people to embrace me. When those people loathed me. There's a song I said, people are the same wherever you go. I have not left the church because God sent me through the church. I'm not in the church because of church people. Never. Let me tell you something. Life is a beautiful thing. It's always the people in it. And if you, there's a term out there say hurt people hurt people. I ain't never hurted my left hand and turned around because my left hand got hurt, tried to hurt my other hand. You understand? The idea that you feel justified because somebody cheated on you to cheat on somebody else, or somebody didn't support you, there's something psychological going on. If I'm a good man, it don't matter whether I'm in a relationship, or I'm a brother, or I'm a cousin, or whether I'm a UPS driver, whether I'm a pastor. My morals and whatever I deem to be real is what guides me. A lot of times when I see people in the church, they hurt people because it's always easier to project your negativity on somebody else. It's always easier to blame somebody else. And that's something that I was raised by Virgo. All excuses, I don't believe in blaming other people. Even if somebody disappoints me, even if somebody does not fulfill what I thought they should do, I still don't blame them because it was my decision. One thing that I try to teach people, the moment you make somebody else to blame is giving them power. That means you hurt me because there was nothing else I could do. No, I made the decision to put myself in that situation and it did not work out for me. And so therefore, I learned from my lesson and I strive not to do that again. It's just that simple. I don't care if you're in E5, Voodoo, Santeria. Life is what you make it. And when you look at most of the hurt, it's because you had some expectation of somebody seeing life and you in life the way that you saw it. And y'all didn't make that agreement. When I walked in that church, nobody signed a contract with me and said, because you heard them, because what went on with your family, we're going to treat you like that. Nobody said that. I assume because it's the church. I assume because it's Ifa. I assume because it's voodoo. I assume because it's a tata, a mumbo, a huga, that you're going to. No, we didn't sit down and we didn't come to meeting of the mind. Two can't walk together, y'all, except we agree. So unrealistic expectations is what we learn from the church. We talk about a God we never saw. We talk about what a God that gonna do for us that never agreed to do it. And so when we get into these ATR, we be doing the same stuff. Just like we put on, oh, I'm Apollos, I'm Paul, I'm Isaiah, I'm Jeremiah. They do the same thing in there. Oh, I'm Obatala, I'm Yemiya, I'm this. Black people love labels. We love labels. Huh? If it say extra strength, it can have the same ingredients in there. We gonna buy it because it say extra strength. We love strength. Huh? We love labeling things. And then when we get deceived by the label that we picked, we get mad. You didn't sit there and say, I know that tree by the fruit it bears. You said, oh, he a good man or she a good woman. Because in your eyes, it has not been tested. Your eyes. A lot of the church hurt that I went through because my son gave me this word, situational shift. When you don't realize who you are, your background, and how somebody else may perceive you, and you think because you are hurt that somebody is going to see you worthy of even seeing you healed, and everybody don't feel that way. They were helping everybody in their church but me. They were going to support everybody and give everybody in their church but me. Because sometimes people feel like you already had too much. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes in life, the reason why that man is not going to treat you right, gay, straight, or bi, is because he already feels like you already received things that he may not ever receive. So in his mind, it's for him to get out of your life. See, sometimes you're the garden in his life. And he knows he's the weed in yours. Weed is something that is there to take away from what already exists. This is why when we do spell work, we use things like, we call it parasites. That they're there to take the nutrients. But you got to have a garden. And if you don't value who you are, and let me tell y'all something. As much as I claimed at that time I knew who I was, when you really don't know what you bring to a table, when you really do not understand who you are, you put yourself on a platter for people just to feast on you. A lot of the hurt that we get is because you don't understand that you are dealing with hungry, thirsty ass people. And you got all of this in their eyes to offer. And you think they're going to sit there and not get all they can get at you? Because you don't have boundaries. You don't have levels of access set up. You don't have levels of understanding that this person has not earned that particular space in your life. This is the kind of stuff that was my mistake. I thought because they were preaching God's word, that means they had it for me. Same way some people say, you a pastor, you a preacher. No. You up on the same delusion I was when I came to the church. I don't know you. You ain't invested in my vineyard. Why would I give you like that? You want somebody to look at you in a certain way that they don't see you. That's called delusion, sir. That's called delusion, man. I want somebody to value. My problem with most people, now that I'm 50, going on 51, this is my problem. My same problem I had with Minister Mario, son of Achosi. I never had a problem with how other people, even in my church, felt about him. That was never my problem. Because I don't mind, when I value you in a certain light, I make the investment. I have a problem when I make the investment, you try to mess up my investment. You can think Shango, my dog, ain't shiggity. I don't have a problem with that. But you ain't got no business messing with my investment because I think he's all of that. That's why I get out and go to work. See, I learned that when I get out and I put that time in, that's my investment. And when you are around people that don't respect your investment, that people that want to mess up your investment. I've been at this, my sister here, I've been at this, my own church since 2001. 2001. It is 2023, about to be 2024. And I have people come in my life that are willing to destroy everything that I have worked for. I have people in my life willing to walk in and say what they have done for me, instead of saying I assisted Apostle Eden. You the one want to help me. You the one act like you saw the vision. But every time I turn around, I got to hear. And I'm going to tell you something what burns me up. It burns me when I have offered to pay you for your services and you're trying to take credit for something I have placed out here in this universe. I have been pastoring my own church since 2021 in August. That's when my church got incorporated. And I be damned that I still have mostly women come into my life trying to take credit for what my mother put in me, what my father put in me, what my uncles put in me, what my aunties put in me, what my spiritual dad put in me, what my spiritual... there people have invested in this thing called Apostle Ely. The time, the energy, the money, the resources for me to bloom the way that I am bloomed. Before I even knew some of y'all. And all of a sudden, because you put $20 in, you made all of this. Do you know how many people I have to disregard? And one thing I don't like, and my sister can attest to this, we were raised like this. Don't mess with my stuff. I work hard for what I got. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. I work hard. I sweat by my brow. I work hard to build apostolic. I went from every season that was sent to me, I endured, and I'm still here. And you would think that our melanated people will respect the fact that for me to be existing as a melanated black male, through all of the scandals that I done been through the ups and downs, the ins and the outs, that you will respect that I'm still standing and I am exhibiting myself in a way that you can see the wisdom and the glory of God. The honesty, the transparency. And then when you look back on the situation and circumstance, somebody constantly trying to say, they made me. I'm going to say this. Do not get into relationships with your tatas, your mambos. If you're going to help your tata, let me tell you something. You may not believe this. And most of y'all know I do readings. I do a lot of I done been with Madrina. I have never did conjure work. My Padrino, none of his people in his elay even know I can read. I've never did readings. I've never offered my services. I know how to behave in another man or woman's house. I don't cause problems in other people's house. I don't try to bring to their house what they already got. That's why I don't get into it with people. I was raised like that. My mama said, this is my house. You don't like it, get out. These are my rules, and these are my regular. I don't understand, and that's another thing in the church. Y'all feel like because you got an anointing, you feel like you got a gift or a talent, that you can walk in other people. I don't burn incense in other people's stuff. I do it in my stuff. When they tell me, Apostle Ely, this your home, do what you do, I say, I even told Pastor, you sure you want me to be me in your house? Because that sound like it sounds like you don't really understand what you asking for. Because I can be me. But but in your house, I can be a version of myself. I do not offer my tools, my talents, nothing. If my Padrino asks me something, that's one thing. And that keep y'all out of trouble. As powerful as a man of God as I am, none of my brothers and sisters have ever seen me operate. I do not do that in his house. Huh? And don't mean that is anything wrong with my gifts? Nothing. It's respecting that there's already a plate there. There's already spoons there. There's already cups there. There's already a table. Why am I going to come and take your stuff out? You got your house set up the way you want to. If I don't like the way your house, I go set up my own house. I don't like the way your altar set up. I set up my own altar. If I don't like the way your count, I do it myself in my stuff. I can't do me in somebody else's stuff. That's why some of y'all get hurt, because you trying to do you in somebody else's life. Did they give you permission? Did they give you access? Hands off, mouth off. How you do you in your space and place, that's okay. But what a lot of people do, you get involved with other people and you start trying to do you with other people's stuff. And that's how you get hurt. Especially with somebody like me. I'm just trying, listen, I don't care about what kind of prayers you pray. I don't care what kind of affirmations you do, what kind of belief system you have. At the end of the day, universal law applies to each and every one of us. And if you want to minimize your hurt in the church, stop having false expectations. Stop looking for something for nothing. Stop expecting somebody else to go out and get the grace and bring it back. And because you got a problem that I'm supposed to take my arche, my energy, my frequency, my vibe, and just give it to you because you hurt me. Because I didn't create your problem. I am not the source of your problem. I am trying to be a solution. And so rationale and common sense is fault in the church because you don't want to be rational. You want to say God is a God of wisdom, but wisdom is insight, and that is common sense. Huh? You not being a support system. You not being there. You not doing your part. What are you looking for? What are you expecting? You're not going to have sex with that man. He's going to get it somewhere. You don't want to take care of that woman. She's going to get it. Certain problems you're having because you're not being rational. You don't drill a hole in your own boat. You think if me and you on the same boat and you lazy, and because you lazy and water come in the boat, that I'm not going to try to get that water out that boat? Huh? I might cuss your ass out and call you lazy, but that's why I'm dumping that water out. Some of y'all get mad with people for being who they are, but you know that what they doing is sinking the ship. You don't have time to address them. You got time to get that ship back afloat. Get that weight that so easily beset you out. You see that relationship, that business. Some of y'all don't realize that sometimes you just don't have time to address certain things. Huh? When we get that ship on dry land, that's when you wear that ass out for being lazy. But now, this ain't the time. Everything's about timing. And this is the stuff that I tell people. You think because you light a candle, you think because you burn some incense, you think because you got anoint your doors, or you put up some scriptures, or you put up a talisman, or you do all this, and you don't have basic common sense, and you don't have respect for life and space and time and all these beautiful things that divine gave, then how can you truly grow? Let me tell you, I asked Mother Susan this. I said, she's 67 years old. I said, Mother Susan, do you think I'm a good man? She said, Pastor, you got your way, but you are a good man. I said, okay. It is a testament about, and I say this to you guys, whether it's a man or a woman, but mostly black melanated men. When you don't want nothing out of life, it don't matter how good that man is. As long as some of these people done been with me, if you can look at me and tell from just listening to me and watching me, this man really want things out of life. He want to accomplish. Then why the people around me don't have better in life? You can tell people that don't want nothing out of life because no matter how many opportunities they have to do right, they won't because it don't feel right. How can you have that type of man in your life and not have something to show for it? How can you have a man that is not afraid to work? Not afraid to go and get them grapes. Not afraid to protect his space. And you not have something to show for it. That means you never really wanted anything. The more our church grow and the more assets I got, the less that some of them do. The less that they give. And I'm watching people on the outside coming pouring in because they want. I'm looking, y'all. I'm looking for another female. I got 2 males. I need 2 more I need 2 females that economically can walk with me with this thing. Because if y'all really want something out of life, I don't care if it's a Tata, a Mambo, a Hugon, a Santero, if they are driven to have something in life, you should be able to have something in life. Because that type of energy is hard to find. And when you find a man that wants something out of his spirituality, or a woman that wants something out of spirituality, what can't you have? The only other reason is you don't really want nothing. You just want to look like you got something. You don't really want to have anything. You just want to look like you prospering. You learn that from the church. And that's why it hurts so much in the church, because I know that a lot of people, they don't want anything. They want to tell me why they can't have it. Huh? We serving a God that can do anything but fail. Huh? All powerful. I like what Elizabeth Warren said in the debate. Why are you running for president? Y'all keep hearing out your mouth about what we can't do. Why are you into the ATRS when there's no limit to it, and you always talking about what you can't do in 24 hours? With all these ancestors, with all these spiritual tools, if you don't even have my spiritual tools, why? I blame the church. I blame the church. You tell these people that the weapons of their warfare are mighty and the pulling down of strongholds. But when you look in most Christian hands, they ain't got nothing to work with. How is that an army of the Lord when you ain't got no weaponry? How you going to stand up against something when you ain't got no weaponry? You ain't got no resource to finance it. That's what this is about. Like I said, I have Obatala talisman, Ogun talisman. These are $100 a piece. Oh, I did that one. Oshun talisman. I explained it already. Shango. and Oya, my head, Orisha. I, as a member of the body of Christ, apologize for the hurt, the harm, and the delusion that we have bestowed upon the Afro-American community. I apologize to all of the lies that we have told from the pulpit about sex, sexology, sexuality. I apologize as a pastor and apostle for taking in your resources to create a life that most of us could not get out and earn on our own. I apologize for messing with the men and the women and sometimes the children in the church because we are predators and we are not out here to upbuild this kingdom. I understand that most of us don't have enough education to get from one eyebrow to the other. And so therefore all we can do is teach and preach ignorance. I apologize for all of them that are nothing but carbon copies of the foolishness and the bondage that we have gotten from slave masters. But to them and those, to all of those that are willing to walk in your authentic energy and frequency and vibration and walk into the original ancestral magic that was given to us by birth, this is a new era. This is a new time for refreshing and renewing and putting off old patterns that serve us nothing. I'm not out here with a label on my name that I cannot manifest. I don't want another label. I want work. I don't want another suggestion. I want results. I don't want another opportunity. I want a harvest. I'm about this life. So you that follow me, that support me, and you want to know what I'm about, from my classes and anything that I offer on my website, I want to show you what I have the capacity of doing. And I'm going to work hard for you like I will work hard for myself. I did not come on yesterday because I was tired. I worked all day, and then I had a meeting that lasted an hour, and then I had a consultation after that, and by the time I looked up, it was already after I hadn't bathed, and I'm not getting on YouTube, and I ain't washed my ass. So I didn't do it, and I was tired anyway, and hungry. And so I say to you all, my transparency is giving you the opportunity to understand that this is what I really live. This is not for social media. This is my lifestyle. This is how I really believe. This is how I really conduct myself. And these are the things that I really do. And the same God that I go to you for, I go for myself and my loved ones. So I say thank you. I appreciate your support. Stormy, I posted your testimony was so encouraging and so beautiful. Some of you guys, Natasha, I don't want to, Unveiling Ann, I know you're on here. The level of encouragement from your testimony of how God moved for you, Unveiling Ann, was so moving. And I was so appreciative that God blessed me that I can be that blessing to you. Because I don't want us to live a false reality anymore. And the idea that you have grown and how God is moving for you, I thank you for sharing that with me. And I thank you for trusting me, not only with you, your family. It means a lot to me. Just like it meant a lot when Minister Mario, son of Achosi, said he trusted me with his life. And that means that even in death, it's a candle burning over there. It's white all around the candle. Even in death, I am loyal. I am not a type of person that I have to just be getting from you to do. If you show me that you can be loyal to me and you committed to me, energy out, energy in. I'm 50, about to be 51. I'm not interested in anything else. I'm not. I'm here for the magic. I'm here for people that want what they want out of their existence. And so therefore I say thank you to all of you guys that comment on my video, that hit like button and share, that come tune in. Sometimes I don't even announce that y'all checking for Apostle Ely. For all of my church members that are ride to die for me, for my family that loves me in spite of me not being there all the time, and just, you know, my uncle called me just to check on me. Like, that stuff matters to me, that they show me so much love. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I could not give y'all the love that I'm giving if it wasn't for the love that I was shown from my mother and my father. my grandmother, my sister. Like, I know my people love me. And so therefore, my foundation is very different than some of you all. But I tell you that I do appreciate those ones that accept me for who I am, and that I don't have to do it the way they do it, and they still love me still on. I don't have family members walking around here shaming me because I'm in the ATRS and I'm out here. They might not like everything I'm doing and maybe not care for how I talk sometimes, but you know, I get it on it. The tree don't fall, the apple don't fall far from the tree. But I thank you for how you guys are putting it out there, because some people, this is an open platform. It's seen all around the world. And so some people don't want people to know they get down like this, but y'all don't mind testifying, and I appreciate that. And you're not ashamed of what not only not ashamed of me, you're not ashamed of what we do on this platform. So even in that, Sister Monique helping me out in certain things, I say this. The reason why I'm gonna say this, Minister Mario earned something with me, and if I feel like anybody is trying to mess with that, I am going to fiercely defend that. What I need out of people to help me where you can. I have other things that I am trying to get accomplished. Finances is the main thing that I have to generate right now because of my ceremonies. I don't need anything else. I don't need anybody trying to fill a space that I do not need. What I need is what I asked for. I don't need you to do anything above that or beneath that. That's real talk. I know what I want. I know what I'm trying to achieve. I know what I have to achieve. And so therefore, in that love, in that support for what I'm doing on this platform, don't try to use me. Do not try to manipulate me, because it's not going to end well. All you got to do, you can be yourself. And if I'm going to do something for you, I'm going to do it. If I'm not, I'm just not. I don't have no reason to lie, put on, or pretend. That's what the church job is. They pretend and put on and fake it and make it. I don't do that. Okay? I'm in the church, but not of the church. So I understand I need help. I don't need a mama. She did her job. I don't need a daddy. He did his job. Okay? My foundation, my parents did what they had to do by me. Okay? I ain't looking for that. I need you to assist me in the work that God has already given me, and I have already shown you that I'm able to carry the bulk of my cross. All I need is some Peters out there, not them Peters, but some Peters out there that will help me with the tail end so I can get to Golgotha. I need some support. I don't need you to re-raise me. I don't need you to think for me. I don't need you to feel for me. I don't need you to do any of that for me. I'm sufficient in what God has called me, but I do need help, and a lot of the help is financial. And so therefore, to all of you that gave and are giving towards my ceremony, thank you so much. We still need 6 other people, $1,000 a piece. We still need those people, and when that gets me where I need to get, like I said, I have shown you guys that who have already invested in me that I bring the fire. I tell the truth, and I give you the honest analysis that where my spirits give me. And so thank you for your time. Thank you for them likes. Thank you for them shares. I do have to go take care of some stuff. But once again, thank you for trusting me with your spiritual needs, supporting my platform, my TikTok account, all of my social media stuff. Thank you so much, because you could have been somewhere, but you chose to be with me. I think you made the right decision, in my humble opinion. But much love to each and every one of you. God bless.